Hello, dear Virgo. Welcome to Divine Debut. Hope you're all doing really well. Oh, my dear Virgo, this just fell out as I was shuffling for you. I'm going to put it back in the deck, and for those of you that are dealing with a Capricorn, you are dealing with a narcissistic person. Sorry about this beginning, but I have to say what's on my mind and what I think. So I was just saying that this is your reading. It'll be interesting to see if the devil comes out in your reading again. I was just saying that this is your June 1st to the 15th divine spread. Thank you so much for being here and supporting my channel, supporting me all these years. Thank you, thank you. Let's do your divine spread, dear Virgo. We are at a new moon in Gemini, and we're also having the full moon in Sagittarius on the 17th of June. And also the sun will be moving into Cancer on the 21st. So happy birthday still to the Gemini people if you're a cross watcher. And let's take your Karma Dharma card. We have to remember that that devil card opened up for you. Some of you may have been working really, really hard. Let's see what you've got. And you've got the card of Taurus and the Hierophant. So let's see what the rest of the spread shows for you. Okay, so Taurus is where Uranus is. Venus is in Taurus at this time. Dear Virgo, for you guys, this is your 9th house. So, you know, the house of Taurus, if you're a Virgo rising, is your 9th house. Anything to do with foreign places and people at a distance. And the 9th house is the natural house of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius again deals with spirituality, with furthering your education, anything to do with your belief systems. And, you know, the house of Taurus is where Venus is at this time, and Venus is very strong in your 9th house. 9th house is also the house of anything to do with publishing, anything to do with worldly matters. Let's take this spread for you now. We're moving into eclipse time. So June is very important. July is holding the eclipses, but a lot of things have already started to shift. Dear Virgo, let's see what's going on for you. So at your foundation, you have the Tower. I love the Tower card. I absolutely love it. Now, this is the energy of Scorpio for some. Others say that it's, most people say it's Scorpio. For me, it's Uranus. Uranus, which is bringing the changes in Taurus. Okay, in the hidden position, we've got the King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Scorpio, I would say more than likely so far, because if this is Scorpio energy, then the King of Cups would be would have strong Scorpio in their chart. Now we've also got water and Taurus as well. Let's look at the recent past. 5 of Wands. In the now position, we've got the Page of Pentacles. In the crowning position, we have the Queen of Wands. So Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. In the action and advice position is the King of Swords. And the outcome position is the 8 of Swords. Let's look at the divine position. So planetarily, how you're being affected at this time. Let's take a card, and we have the Sun. Wow. Love the Sun for you in the divine position. So this is the sign of Leo. Leo is the true heart. It's the heart, it's healing, it's children, it's creativity, it's taking a risk. And the sun is also true love, yes. So anything to do with children, anything to do with what you've created, it's also about having fun. I'm going to take another card straight away on that Eight of Swords because I need a bit more clarity on what that worry is. And the Eight of Swords is right next to the King of Swords. We've got the Two of Swords here. Oh, wow. I'm going to take another card in a couple of minutes. We've got 2 males and 1 female. So this is a choice between 2 people. One is an air sign, so a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, because I see this as Uranus, Uranus rules Aquarius, could be. And we've also got the water sign here, which would be mostly, as I said, Scorpio. Now, more than likely Scorpio. We've got Taurus here as well. We do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Earth, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I usually see this as the card of Virgo. But we've got Taurus and Scorpio here, so that's on the same axis. Let's take some more cards, dear Virgo. Let's take an astrology card for you and see what's affecting Virgo. 1st to the 15th of June, 2019. Planetarily, energetically, what's affecting Virgo and Virgo's reading right now. We've got the 11th house and friends. The 11th house is the naturally naturally ruled house of Aquarius. Now we've got friends here as well. The 11th house is all about friends, groups and associations. We do have 35, which equals an 8. So the 11th house is naturally ruled by Uranus. So let's look at Virgo's 11th house is Cancer. Wow. So for those of you that are Virgo rising, your 11th house is the house of Cancer, and that's where the North Node is. So that's where the eclipses will be taking place as well. So in your 11th and your 5th house, 11th house is the house of groups and associations, and the 5th house is the house of, you know, children, true love, romance, flirtation, creativity, and the South Node is there. So your 5th house is the house of Capricorn, where Pluto and Saturn are, and the South Node. So therefore, the transformation is happening there for you. Let's take a romance angel card for you. Let's see if one is enough. And we've got heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So we're talking about honesty and we're talking about conversations. Now, your ruling planet is in your 10th house of career, status, the boss, the authoritarian, and that's where the sun is as well, dear Virgo. So 10th house, so it's very, you know, it holds great promise and prospects for clarity as well as success coming through career, through writing, publishing, communication. Your ruler is there in your 10th house, and it's ready to move into your 11th house, your ruler Mercury, which is all about communication. And here it does speak about communication. Now you may be finding support through your friends. Let's look at your reading. Okay, so in your foundation area, we do have the Tower. And the Tower is a sudden shift, a change. Now, because the Hierophant speaks of commitments, being part of a group, a hierarchy. If you're in a corporate career, then you may be climbing the ladder to success. But I do see worry here at the end of, you know, which would be around and near mid-month of June. There is a decision that you're going to have to make, whether to sever ties or just to choose between two people. We've got the King of Swords, so air sign and water sign. But you can't see this water sign. They're in the hidden position to you. Now, so usually we would go starting from the foundation, then we go to the hidden position. So the Tower comes down, and what does it bring you? It brings you the King of Cups, which is someone who is very emotionally stable, someone who is willing to offer their heart to you. This is someone who is very emotionally open, someone who would normally speak about their feelings in an open way. They're very giving. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Sometimes emotions could be held back. If we are talking about the same person, if this is one person here, if this is someone we all have many sides to our persona, right? If this is someone who's got also air in their chart, they may have Uranus in a strong position, then they could be surprising you with, putting you on the spot and giving you a choice, or making you make a choice, putting you in the position to make a choice. And it's not going to be easy for you. So, now, if we're looking at the outcome card, there's the Eight of Swords, which is a card of worry, feeling chained and bound. Remember that Capricorn, the Devil card that fell out, which is all about worry. Sometimes it's seeing things in the negative way, but, you're not really bound to anything. This is all up in your head. But in both cards here, we've got a blindfold. So there's something that you're blind to, dear Virgo, something that you can't see. So, in the recent past, 5 of Wands. So 5 people trying to build on something. 5 is an imbalance. Now, if this is career, this could be you trying to build on your own business, but you're at an imbalance at this time. Why? There's too much commotion, too much going on, but 5s bring in change. Now, we've got another 5 here. So there is some sort of a completion. Now, there is an imbalance where your passion is, where your desire is concerned as well. So could you be dealing with someone that is not open with their emotions? The 5 of Wands sits right next to the King of Cups. Now, if we look at the 5 of Wands, these are 5 people that are very busy trying to actually build on something. This can be a literal building, or just, trying to be on the same page creatively, but they are not. So they're having troubles. Now, this could also be a very competitive energy as well, but it's nothing major really. It's not like the 5 of Swords, which is a much more potent energy. In the now position, you are not moving. You're looking at your path forward and there is no movement. There is nothing coming forth. Now, if we look at the table as an astrology chart, as a horoscope, as the zodiac wheel. So we've got in the position of, the house of Taurus, we've got the King of Cups. So your values are all about what's emotionally balanced for you. So you're going for what makes you happy emotionally. Here, if we look at the area of Aries and Pisces, so some sort of ending and beginning, that's probably why the beginning hasn't taken form yet, I feel here. And, because Aries is, taking that step into a brand new cycle, it hasn't happened yet. There's an imbalance. And especially with the Knight of Pentacles being stopped here. And the Knight of Pentacles is looking straight at the Queen of Wands, and she's looking straight at the King of Swords. Have a look here. Wow. So we've got the Queen of Wands here, which is a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Now, some of you may have strong Leo in your chart. This would be your energy, I would believe. I feel that this is your energy, dear Virgo. So you've probably got Leo in your chart somewhere there, strong in your chart, maybe you've got a couple of planets there. For those of you that are familiar with your chart. Now, the Queen of Wands is spontaneous. She's fiery. She's on the go. She's that business leader. She's also got luck on her side. And she's not someone who is not going to move forth where her desires and her passions are concerned. Creatively, she's on point. So I see that in career, because she's sitting in the area of status and career, she's very, like, she's a go-getter. She will go for it. She's got a lot of inspiration, and she does not need to think about it a lot. It just comes naturally to her. But she's looking straight at the King of Swords, and it looks as though she's actually waiting for an answer. She's actually waiting for communication. The King of Swords is someone who is very communicative. They will speak their mind, but she's very fiery. Now, let's put air and fire together. It can be quite explosive. So there is, I believe that there is communication that's going to come through with the King of Swords, and I will be looking at some more cards. But the King of Swords is someone who holds back on their emotions. So that's where it's like, it's day and night, right? There is no, he's only looking at the facts. He's not saying about, he's not speaking about his desires. He's holding back. Logically, he's holding back. He's only looking at if things add up or if they don't. So, yes, I'm not reading reversal, so I don't know if he would have been in the upright or not. If he were to be in the reverse, then this is someone whose words can be quite cutting. He can be quite hurtful. Now, as I said, with the Hierophant here, this is all about spirituality and faith. And the Hierophant is about a commitment. It's also about, you know, spirituality, being aligned. For those of you that are not, that are feeling at a loss at this time because you're not listening to your higher self, then obviously, because with the Tower in the foundation area, there is an imbalance around your foundation, and therefore you are not aligned. Business-wise, you're looking okay, but I feel that around about in your home, in your foundation area, there's been some sort, because this would be in the distant past, something suddenly happened. There was a shift. Now, again, if we're looking at this chart, this would be the area of where the North Node is. Now, we all know that timing is very difficult in the tarot. So I'm thinking that could this be speaking to, because the North Node is in the sign of Cancer, and that is what is fated to happen. With the eclipses happening, the North Node being in Cancer, there is a change in your foundation, in your home. Changes to do with anything to do with motherhood, extended family, parents as well. Now, as I have already spoken about these cards, I will leave them. I will take another card in a minute. In the divine position, look at that sun. It's just staring you right in the face. It's so close. I feel that with the sun, looking at this card for the first time in this way, that the sun is very close to your life, especially being in the divine position. Now, if we're looking at this at the table as, you know, the chart, in the area of relationship and daily routine, work, health, we have so many swords and a blindfold on. So the worry is mainly in your daily routine, and having the King of Swords right next to that, he would be sitting roughly in the 8th house of Scorpio. Right? So that's interesting that we've got the King of Swords. Scorpio is usually the sign of keeping information away, hidden. Scorpio people don't open up very easily. Now, the King of Swords is also sitting in the house of Scorpio. Let's say it's all about sharing on a fundamental level, sharing information, sharing your bed, but this is not happening here. I can see there is a distancing, and in your daily routine as well, there is worry. If we're looking at it as, in the 5th house, this is where the house of Leo would be, right? So children could be in the picture as well. One moment. So let's take some more cards now. I'm going to keep them face down. I'm going to put one card down for each position. Oh, wow. It's funny that I didn't actually look at what was at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Maybe we weren't meant to get that message, I suppose. Let's look at the Hierophant, 2 cards, and then from the Foundation, which is the Tower, King of Cups, 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Swords, the outcome area, as well as what is planetarily going on next to the Sun. So, dear Virgo, let's look at the Hierophant firstly, and we've got the Queen of Swords. So we've got the King and the Queen of Swords now. Interesting. What else do we have here? And we've got the Page of Cups. So, Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Let's have a look at the King of Swords here first of all. And we've got the 7 of Cups. So, yeah, choices. But also things being up in the air. Lack of clarity. But I do feel that clarity will be coming through. Now, the King and the Queen of Swords could be in a committed partnership or relationship. We do have 2 queens, though, dear Virgo. Now, because you are ruled by Mercury, I do feel that this is you as well. For a small amount of you, I'm going to say that whoever this King of Swords is in your life, if this is not someone that you're committed to, they could have a commitment to another air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, they're usually very communicative, but sometimes they do speak, the cards do speak of severing the ties. Now, they could have a child, a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Now, this is not someone that, if this is not someone that's partnered up to a Queen of Swords, I do feel that this is your energy. You are ruled by Mercury. Therefore, you are very communicative, very cerebral. So there is some truth coming to light about a commitment and what the truth is bringing. It's bringing in an offer. So this is an offer that's unexpected. This could also be an apology. Okay, so this is something that is not expected. This is also very youthful energy. So it comes out, just like the water flows. Water flows, look at all the water behind him. This offer is going to be very emotional. Let's take the rest of the cards. So on top of the Tower and in the Foundation area, we've got the 8 of Wands. So sudden change, very quick change, sudden flight travel, sudden communication through social media, sudden messages of love coming through. And if you look at the arrows, they're heading towards the Sun, which is really good to see. Let's look at what's on top of the Sun in the divine position. Oh, wow. Wow. Now, I'd like to just mention that in my readings, when I take those extra cards, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the past or it's clarity. It's just extra information. I usually go with what my intuition tells me. So what I'm thinking is that because we've got the decision here next to the King of Swords, I do feel that this has got a lot to do with the King of Swords. It is of the same element. This is the darkest before the dawn. As I always say, this breaks down to the Ace, and there is clarity coming through. The darkness is there, but the sun is coming through. Now, so because the Sun card is also a card of clarity, warmth, loving, healing, whatever deception has gone on, it's the end of it. So the clarity is coming through. There is a successful new beginning through conversation, through communication. Now, even through severing ties, I would like to look at that position right now, which is the outcome. And we've got the Six of Cups. So there is a decision that's being made on in relation to children. Now, the Six of Cups is a number 6. Sixes always speak of balance, but this is also a card of trusting. You need to trust in your perception. You need to trust in whatever choice is being made. It will bring you to a number 6. Now, this could also speak of, you know, a relationship that deals with the past, any lack of information or risk-taking to do with the past. There once was communication on a trusting level, on an even keel. Now, again, children are here. We've got 2 cards of children here. So as I've said, children are involved. Could there be a decision concerning children? But whatever it is, I mean, you need to trust that you're going to get the balance, that the decision that you're making in relation to this King of Swords is the right one. Now, for some of you, it's going to be you're choosing between the King of Swords or the King of Cups. And we do have the Six of Cups, which takes me back to the King of Cups. So let's look. What does the King of Cups hold? We've got the Knight of Cups. So love. Love is coming through. The King of Cups, again, more than likely Scorpio. Scorpio sun maybe, could even be Taurus, because Scorpio would be the 7th house of Taurus. Let's see, the offer's coming through and you don't know it. So the Knight of Cups is actually turning into the King. There is a sense of maturing here. Now, if you've got strong water in your chart, dear Virgo, your 7th house is Pisces. So could it be that you have offered your love to this King of Cups? Could be. Let's look at the 5 of Wands. And we've got the Ace of Cups. Disagreements in love. Disagreements in starting something new that's going to make you very happy. Or the imbalance is bringing in a change, and that is the Ace of Cups. That is beautiful. So, could it be that whatever you're trying to build in business, and it could even be dealing with this King of Cups, for those of you that are partnering up with this King of Cups, he's perfect. He's your perfect partner, I would say. Whatever is being built with a lot of love. There's a lot of love around this area here. Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. And we've got the King of Pentacles here. 3 kings, dear Virgo, you are protected on a very profound level. Obviously, King of Pentacles is in the now position. It looks like he's sort of stopping in his tracks. And it looks like he's, if this is your energy, dear Virgo, then he's standing right behind you. Therefore, you can't see him, but he's there. If this is the Knight of Pentacles wanting to come forth, he's stopped in his tracks. He's not moving forth as of yet. He's thinking. Now, if this is the Taurian energy that I've mentioned, then could be the same person as the King of Cups. This could be another side. Therefore, I believe that for a lot of you, you could be dealing with 2 different people. 2 different people. Now, the King of Swords could be as I've said, you're either dealing with someone who's got strong air in their chart, or someone who's got either strong water or strong earth. Now, for many of you, this could also be your energy. Why do I say that? Because you are of earth, therefore you could be the business owner. But because there are 3 kings, and I did see you as the Queen of Wands, therefore I feel that there's 2 people that you're dealing with. Okay, now take your choice. I've already mentioned the signs. If we're looking at the King of Swords, this could mean only as an energy, let's say, there is communication happening. Let's see what's going on with this Queen of Wands. And we've got the Page of Swords. Yeah, all about communication. News coming through. Communication. Now, this Queen of Wands being you could also be furthering your education. You are showing up as the Queen of Swords here as well. So it's funny that the Page of Swords is looking straight at the Knight of Pentacles. So I do believe that whatever communication comes through, it's going to set the wheels in motion for this Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles will take that first step. That's what I believe with these cards. Wow, so much going on here. Let's look at a few more cards. Now, because you have the 11th house and friends, you may be dealing with a lot of friends, people who are in the same group as you are. So we've got 3 kings and 2 queens. 5 people. If we look at the 5 of Wands, that's 5 people in a group setting. Now, this could even be family, where there are 5 people concerned. So, what I'd like to look at is the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords and the Sun card. And we've got the Chariot. So we've got the Sun, and it's not the Moon, but it's the card of the Moon. This is the energy of Cancer. So Cancer is the North Node, isn't it? And this is a major arcana, overcoming any pain, any backstabbing that has happened for you. Look at all that yellow. Yellow is stronger than the darkness, so the light is stronger than the darkness. Now, overcoming obstacles, moving. There's 2 cards of movement, strong cards of movement. Flight travel. The Chariot, again, is moving house. Moving business. Overcoming. You're in the driver's seat, dear Leo. It's a time of change, and this is a number 7. So you need to trust that you are not alone. You are being guided by the divine. Let's look at that King of Swords again. Like to see what that's. King of Swords and 7 of Cups. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is the change that's coming through. This is Jupiter. And that's a completion. It's a number 10. So whatever is being communicated, whatever choice you're being put to make, this is going to bring a good change for you. Let's look at, I'd like to look at that Ace of Cups with the 5 of Wands in the recent past position. And we've got the 3 of Cups again. So yes, the 3 of Cups could be a love triangle, but this is also a card of siblings, friends, going out, having drinks, but it's also a card of celebration. So when the change comes through with this Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is going to be celebrated. So there's a new beginning in something that's going to make you very happy, in love, in business, doesn't matter, even in family. And these could be, as I said, 3 siblings, 3 sisters, or 3 brothers. We do have 3 brothers here. Now, we could be talking about, even though they're 3 kings, they could be 3 sisters, or the other way around. Doesn't really matter. But I know that the celebration is sitting right next to this Queen of Swords as well. So whatever is communicated is meant to be communicated. And the restrictions will fall away because there's the Ace of Cups again with the Page of Cups right there. Now this card fell right on top of the Chariot card. So the North Node, what is your fate, dear Virgo? There's the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is your fate. So through moving, now this is obviously a challenge being on top of the Ten of Swords, but you've got the Sun energy, you've got the healing energy. Those of you that are moving from a situation that has ended, then you're moving into a brand new offer. Now, sometimes this is not noticed, maybe it's all about timing, but other times I do see it as an offer around your foundation because it is a number 4. And I did want to say that the Three of Cups with the Ace do make the Four of Cups here. So something to do about moving before this offer comes through, moving, overcoming obstacles before you can look at this offer. One more card I'd like to look at, and I'd like to look at the King of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, this King of Pentacles, if this is not your energy, then this is someone that you could be communicating through social media with, because that's the 11th house. Or this is someone who could have been a friend and is turning into something more serious. Okay, let's take another card. And we've got the Hanged Man. So this is going to take a bit of sacrifice, a bit of time. So now it's funny that we've got the Seven of Cups as well as the Hanged Man here. So Piscean energy. And Pisces is all about things that are hidden, things that are not being shown, but it's also a timing thing. But the wheel is turning. One more card on this wheel, and then I will take some Sibyllas. Just a couple of Sibyllas, dear Virgo. It's starting to get a little bit heavy. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got the Nine of Swords, which is right on top of the King of Swords. So he holds the 10th sword. I do believe that whatever deception, whatever things being up in the air have happened with this King of Swords, I do feel that there is a completion. Now, even distance, because Sagittarius is here, anything to do with physical or mental distance is happening here with this King of Swords. Let me take some Sibyllas. I'd like to take a look at the Hierophant and the position of the Karma Dharma area. So we've got the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups. We've got Vedovo, the widower, someone crying over their past, and this is also the Three of Swords. We've got your, this is like the Hermit, right? The Eight of Pentacles. But this is someone, the pensiero, who is putting a lot of thought into a situation. This could be even speaking of meditating, you know, taking the time out to meditate or working very hard in solitude. Now, this could be speaking about your energy, dear Virgo, or, let me take another card. And we've got the card of Jealousy. It just seems to, I don't know why, but the Vedovo seems to come out with this Jealousy card quite often. So there's a strong feeling of being in solitude, putting a lot of thought in. This is the Eight of Swords, so more worry here. A lot of worry around a commitment, around a loss of the past, around legal issues. But we do have the Page of Cups here, so I'm going to take one more card. A lot of worry about an offer being either extended or received. Let's take another card. And we've got the Il Nemico, which is the snake, the enemy. But this is also a number 11. And 11 is very, very karmic. So there is something about karma around a committed partnership, something about restrictions of the past, living in solitude, feeling as though there is loneliness here through even a lack of sharing, a lack of being on the same page, and therefore someone is living in solitude, whatever that means. Obviously, I can't leave the Il Nemico, which is more than likely scorpionic energy, which is changing. That snake is shedding its skin, and what's happening after that? We have the Superbia, which is something beautiful, but this also speaks of ego. So something beautiful, but that is hiding behind ego. And remember that devil that came out, which is all about ego. So this is like the Two of Wands, you know, making a choice, walking through a new doorway. Are you going to stand in your ego, or are you going to change? Now, this could be in relation to whoever you are hoping to have in your life. This King of Cups, is there a lot of ego between business? Is it more about monetary values, or is it more about heart values? Where is the ego? Let me take one more card. And we've got the Ammalato, which is the Four of Swords. So feeling low psychologically. Someone is really restricted through some sort of a commitment. Wow. So much. Oh, wow. Newness. The child, the bambino. Something around a commitment or children. But if we look at this as an energy, this is like something that is born through hardship, through putting in the work, something to do around children, because the page is even a child. So I'm going to take, what I'd like to look at is the choice at the final position here. Standing in front of those Eight of Swords, feeling bound and chained, there is some sort of a decision around children or a choice that's really troubling you. And we've got a Mika, which is a friend, a confidant. This is like the Four of Wands. So anything to do with legalities or a friendship or even some sort of a committed partnership. You know, the Four of Wands is a wedding, right? It is a foundation. And the Harmony card, this is also very much like a Libra, right? Libra is the harmony, it's the balance. And Libra can be divorce as well. Here we've got the L'amante. So, you know, we've got another number 11 here. Now the snake, which was transforming, is changing from the Vedavo, from the jealousy. It's turning into the Knight of Cups, as is the King of Cups here. So after going through a dark phase, number 11 is very karmic. Here comes the 11 of Hearts, which is what you've worked towards and what you've deserved. And here is the, this is the Donna Maritata, the woman with the children. This is also the energies of the Empress. Now, again, it's a number 12, so it's the Hanged Man. Therefore, it's got something to do with monetary success. It's on top of the King of Pentacles. Now, also the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups. So these three cards are referring to the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. That's why I feel that it's the same person. King of Swords is another story. So the King of Swords is changing. There is transformation here. There is major change coming here. Through worry, it turns into more of a cerebral, communicative relationship, whatever kind of a relationship you're in. It's turning more into heartfelt and more open-hearted, more loving energy. So we've got the Donna Maritata, which is the, again, it says jealosa. So something to do around jealousy, past hurts and regrets, especially with it being a number 12. Maybe timing. Maybe the timing wasn't right. I'd like to take just one more card on that, and I will call it a day, dear Virgo. So this is the woman with the children. Maybe she is partnered up to, maybe she's the one that's going through divorce with this King of Swords. Let's take another card. One more card on that. And we've got the Prigione, you see. So there's the devil again. The chains that are bounding this Donna Maritata, I do feel that it's got a lot to do because this is Capricorn, yes? Capricorn is where Pluto and Saturn are sitting with the South Node. I do feel that Virgo is dealing with a lot of past life karma, childhood karma, as well as trauma. And I do feel that with the eclipse energies coming through, I think that that's going to be taken care of. Remember that devil that fell out. Yes, in the beginning. It's got a lot to do with that. So there are still, you're still dealing with the shackles. The prospects are here, but I do feel that there has to be some sort of a completion. This wheel has got to actually turn. You're at the Nine of Swords. I'd like to take one more astrology card for you, dear Virgo. One more card. Let's see what comes out. There are still commitments, Virgo, before you can actually live it up and live for yourself, I feel here. One more card, and we've got the Moon and the Soul. And this is a number 2. Second house is the house of Taurus. Second house is the house of the body, the physical body, as well as what you own and your values. Now, the Moon is also the mother, but the Moon is also your foundation. The Moon rules the 4th house of your foundation and anything to do with your parents. So I still feel that there are shackles, anything to do with family matters. Even I do feel that there is strong karmic, Virgo is dealing with strong karmic energy still. And I totally am looking forward to the shift with the Tower being in your home area, in your foundation. I want to take just one more Karma Dharma card on top of the Hierophant and see what it is. Oh, wow. The Moon, you see? So, dear Virgo, the lunar eclipse is on the 16th of July, but it can shift things any time from now until then. And I feel that the shift will come probably around that time. If not sooner, I feel very close to the 16th of July. So I know this reading is not for July, but I do feel that there are things that you don't know. You need to trust your intuition and pay attention to those dreams. Now, this is Cancer, Piscean energy, a lot to do with where the North Node is and completions. Pisces is a completion. Pisces is also very spiritual. So I think I will leave it at that. Many, many messages. Thank you so much, dear Virgo. Sending you lots of blessings and a lot of love and light for you. Looks like you're going through a fair bit. So sending you lots of love for that. Keep strong. Things are changing. Bye for now.